Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode with Just a Bits of Banter. My name is George. I'm also here with Greg. Patrick today is not here today. He's out on personal reasonings, so we will talk about Manchester City on his behalf. We will talk about Chelsea's victory, over 4-1 victory over Burnley, Brighton and Liverpool 2-2 draw, and Arsenal defeating Manchester City 1-0. In today's episode for the Banter segment, we will talk about American football. So if you are an American football fan, go ahead and stick around. And also, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, stick around as well. If not, let's dig into it. Well, welcome back, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are your hosts today with Just a Bits of Banter. We got George here. My colleague Greg. Greg, how are you doing today, man?
Hi, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, and it's a late one. I do apologize. As those of you who know or can see, Patrick is not on with us today. He is out today on personal reasons. So just today will be just myself and Greg.
He's crying because City lost today.
He's
at home.
Oh,
he had to take a day to just recover because of the loss today. I'm sorry, buddy. He's gonna have to cut this together too, so he's gonna hear me. Hi, Patrick. Miss you, buddy.
Hey, miss you, buddy. And you know that's the funny part is that he's got to edit this.
He sure does. He just has to take whatever we give him.
Unbelievable. Well, yeah, man. So
he's used to that from me, though. Sorry, cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. So we had a couple games a day. As you know, we do record on Sundays. So we had City versus Arsenal today. We also had Brighton and oh my gosh, dude, I'm shooting a blank. And Liverpool, excuse me. And then Liverpool. And then we have the only team that matters right now. They got 3 points. Just saying. We got Chelsea and we had Burnley yesterday and did win
Chelsea
on that, Burnley. which is a good one to start off with. So 4-1 victory, Chelsea.
Hey, man, 4-1 victory. Real quick before you get into it, we just want to remind everybody to like and subscribe to the videos we post every single week. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at BitOBanterPod. Also Twitter. I think I said Twitter.
I think we did say Twitter. Oh yeah, man. Well, thanks for that, man. Right.
Chelsea 4-1.
4-1.
3 points on the board. Out of the three of us, you're the only one who has 3 points today. So
hey, but on a positive thing is that we all got points today. I believe you guys both should have got some dubs today. That again, we'll kind of jump into that in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to take the victory on this and take the 3 points on this. Burnley, however, it is Burnley. They're not playing so hot right now. They did score the first 15 minute mark. So that was a little shocker on that one. Got me nervous a little bit because it was in the first very quick. Excuse me. We did have Armando Broya. Or Broya. I can't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I do apologize. Took the striking position over Nicholas Jackson, who's been struggling a little bit. But as of yesterday, getting more of those confidence coming in with him over this week and yesterday, building more of that confidence with him because he did score twice. One yesterday and then during the week. So just building up that confidence with him with Nicholas Jackson. So he, because he's still young and developing still. So with him, doing all this with him with this game, just subbing him in during the second half. I want to say he came in and yeah, man. So it looked really good. We also had Raheem Sterling. In my opinion, he was our player of the match today, making all these moves and crosses, these goals, and man, it was fantastic. And and then maybe like on like in the very first the first couple minutes of the game, Axel Disasi, however you want to pronounce it, did a nice little pass across the like the midfield line, and man, it was like a 70-yard boot, maybe 60-yard boot. straight to Sterling.
Dang.
He was just maybe a half a foot, maybe a foot little sooner, and man, that would have been a nice goal to start off the 5-minute mark. But man, it was good in the very beginning, and then also Sterling about 25 yards out, maybe 30 yards out, did this nice little right foot curve. Just didn't give that much of a curve on it, and oh man, it would have been so beautiful if he would have made that goal. Again, that was like the excuse me, not the 25th minute. That was like around the 13th minute. This is before Burnley got scored, and but yeah, man. So it was fantastic. And sorry, I got my notes right here. And then also when Burnley did score, it kind of how it went in between who the heck was it? It was a Cucurella. Can't pronounce his name again, but when he kind of scored that goal from Burnley on the Burnley side, kind of went like in between his legs. I'm like, oh, dude, you can't be doing that. It was such a that was a heartbreaker on that one. How that one went in and went to the far right post and it went in. So I mean, it is what it is. It was just like the wrong place, wrong time. So if you would have maybe have a half a step behind or forward, it would just hit the leg and just deflect it out and go out in the middle of the top of the box. But anywho, it went in. Sanchez couldn't get it because it was right between. So we thought he was gonna hit the leg or something. So again, that's how he started off. 1-0, and then the second one when it was Sterling on the left hand side tries to go for a cross for Palmer. However, it deflects the Burnley defender, like his leg, and he gets credit for the goal because it went straight into the goal from there. It was from Sterling to him right in the net, so that was nice. And then a couple minutes later, we had like the 40, I think it was after stoppage time, the 47th, 48th minute. We get a penalty kick inside the box. Sterling it was kind of iffy on it. However, ref blew the whistle, says, we do a penalty on it. It's like, yeah, get a penalty, come on. Maybe get a second goal. But Cole Palmer ends up taking the PK kick. So takes it in, pulls on the right side, and the goalie kind of, because those the goalie just has a, you got to pick a spot, right? It's your left or right because you're so far out. There's no way you can have that much unless you're like I don't know, like a squirrel or something that has like 200 something. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, he's got a big one. Palmer picked the right side. Get that one. He got his first goal as a Chelsea. So, as a Chelsea player, got his first goal. So that was great. That was great seeing that. Then we go to the second half. Sanchez making some saves. Sterling with another goal. With the left. Was it the left side? Nice little curve on the left hand side. So that was beautiful. And then more towards the end of the game, we had Nicholas Jackson from a beautiful pass from Cole Palmer, and Palmer coming right in and just like slips right into Jackson. Jackson's right in front of the goal. The goalie. Maybe he's about 10 yards, and he kind of does like this little hesitant move, kind of like, and he's like, nope, I'm gonna go my left, and puts it right in. It was like, oh. He deflected him so bad. It was nice. It was so much beautiful. But the way how that play worked, the fourth goal, which is when Jackson scored, it was Sterling kind of going down the left hand side, just making that play, and this dude just like running, and man, he makes that play, dude. And Sterling, running to the left side, gives it the pass to Cole Palmer, and then Palmer gives a nice little touch to Jackson right in the middle, and all you gotta do is Jackson gives him a good little fake, little hesitant move, and bam, it's a right in, and that was so beautiful how that came in, and but yeah, man, so yeah, Chelsea got the dub 4-1. Player of the match for me is Raheem Sterling. Got 2 goals. Make those. He basically was everywhere in that play. Also, who did really well today is Conor Gallagher. Played really well today. Gave him improvements on that. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward. Man, it's so nice to see them score now, and the first couple of weeks when they're stressing, man.
Nice to finally win one.
it's nice. It's nice to get a dub, dude, and
Yeah, I get that.
and a good dub back to back. So it's nice to see that. So, yeah, man, 4-1 victory again. You know, Sanchez played. I think everyone played really well today, and it was nice to see this. And yeah, man, I don't know if you were able to catch the game or any of the highlights, but I mean, we're still mid-table right now. I know people listening.
You're still down there quite a bit. You know, it's okay though. It's okay.
It's all right, man. I got to roll with it for now.
You're not near relegation, so
yes, sir.
That's good. That's good.
That is correct.
City lost their standings today. We all kind of changed it up a little bit because City lost, so they didn't get any points.
Yeah, that is correct.
I'm just going to remind the folks at home and also Patrick when he goes to edit this later that it was 1-0. 1-0 today. It was a pretty interesting game. But I mean, we'll talk about the City game. Chelsea was winning. They're doing it up.
Yeah, I was happy about that, man. And I know the next because I think next week it's a I don't know what they call it, but they're on break because there's nothing going on for next week. But the week we come back is when we play Arsenal. So
that's going to be a tough one.
Towards the end of this episode, we will do our predictions. So yeah, man. Again, it's fantastic having these points, and man, it just feels good, man.
Feels good.
It feels good to have this dub. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was fantastic, man. I'm so happy about it. So
I'll tell you, I'm good. I'm happy that at least we got 1 point today. That was a tough match against Liverpool, man. Liverpool's a hell of a game.
Yeah, man. If you want to jump on that one, dude, that was a back and forth. You guys, it was a 1-1 or 2-2? It was 2-2.
It was 2-2 at the final. There was a goal scored in the early minutes of the match. I didn't actually catch that. The early few minutes of it, but I caught it at about the halfway mark, and then they came back. I don't remember I didn't write my notes down today, so I feel bad. But what I do have to say about it is Brighton was really holding their own. The keeper was good. There were some they had there was this one goal where they kicked it and it just touched the goalpost and he almost went in. That would have been the winning, a winning match or a winning point for us.
Oh yeah, that was.
We would have got 3.
Was that with oh gosh, what was his name? Joao Pedro? Is that who it was? Oh,
yeah.
He had that, dude. He had that.
Yeah. It was so close. And then there was another one where they kicked it. They were playing like crazy today. Liverpool's a really good team, and their keeper was really on it today. They Deserby got a yellow card.
Yeah, dude.
Did you see that? Deserby got a yellow card.
But yeah, if you want to go into that, and I want to say that was about the handball, or it was something with that, and it was because it was inside the box. I don't recall when it was. I want to say it was maybe towards now I think about it, I think it's the second half.
It was in the second half at some point, but he just got mouthy with the officials.
Well, I mean, if we look at it, when I forgot who it was from Brighton, but then they were inside the box. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that. But it just it deflects it, and I know that the player, the defense from Liverpool, excuse me, they have really no control because the ball's coming at them really fast, right? So you kind of just have to react to it really quick. But it looks like it hits his forearm. So and everyone's calling Matoma was out there.
Yeah. That's what it was.
March was like that. It was hey, handball, and then they didn't even review it. But then when they reviewed or the VAR cam, and no one did nothing about it. Yep. And I was like, no freaking way they are not going to let this slide. And they kept showing the replay for us viewers.
on the TV and
on the
probably on
TV,
the
and we're showing
screens at
replay and the
the
screens,
stadium too.
and like, dude, how are you not calling that? How and
It's
you know,
wild.
and that's weird of how I want to say we talked about this last week or the week prior about these ref calls of how it's like rigged or something, like, you know, like the refs possibly have some money on the game, or they're getting some hush money. And man, it's, I don't know, those of you who are listening right now, leave us a comment of what your thoughts are of if it was a penalty kick, and that could have changed everything, dude.
Yeah,
Of
we
how
could have had 3 points today.
oh gosh, it was so, and yeah, that's when the Zerbi kind of, they got into the ref like, hey man, like you could tell, like, he's saying some stuff, and next you know, pulls out that yellow card, and
so now what does that mean? Does he, because Patrick said that Pep Guardiola had to like sit in the stands because he kept getting yellow cards. How many yellow cards? Is it just one, or is it multiple?
I don't, man, Patrick's gonna kill me on this, but I don't remember. I think it's, I want to say
fine.
you do three within
three.
so
I think
many,
it is 3.
but it's within so many matches that that if it is, like, if you get 3 yellow cards in 3 games, and yeah, you're gonna, or so, it's something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And for Pep wise, I think he got like 5. I think, I don't know what it was with him. That's why he didn't get suspended. He wasn't. Yeah, he was just like a fan.
Yeah,
but saying that he had like a earpiece or something.
Yeah, like an earpiece or something. That makes sense.
It was something like that. But but yeah, man, this game going back, the Brighton and Liverpool game. I mean, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. It is very competitive and high level and all that stuff. And then we saw your guys' goalkeeper, Jason Steele, he was out today.
He was.
We saw Bart Verbruggen, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we also saw the debut of Carlos Balaba. He's the 19-year-old dude. So
the 19-year-old.
Yeah, the young cat who came in. Can't come in hot, dude. So but yeah, man, it was. I mean, I still liked it, honestly. And then, but just with that freaking that handball. I mean, me personally, I think that was a handball, and that should have been a PK kick, in my opinion. But I'm not the ref. I don't have money in the game. I wish I had money in the game, but yeah, man. But then how? I don't know if you saw that free kick with Lewis Dunk on it.
Yeah,
little cross, and Lewis Dunk just kind of kicked it right in. It
was so beautiful.
God, that was so
he had
nice.
Just come in. He's young too. He's a young kid, from what they were saying.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And then, like you said, in the very beginning, about Joao Pedro possibly could have won the game for that, and I think it. Like, if it was just a little bit lower, because I think it hit like his ankle, and then the ankle just went like right over the goal. So
it was so close.
Yeah, that was unfortunate of how that happens. But yeah, man. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, man. What do you think about that? You guys should have got that dub, or you okay with the draw? Or
well, you know what? Here's the thing. I feel like they tried their damnedest. Liverpool is a good damn team. They are really, really good, and in the spirit of, a little bit of banter. And I think that Liverpool's kits are ugly, and they should have freaking been walking home with the lose, with no points instead of 1 point. But at least they, they draw, or they drew, I guess. I don't know. It's obviously not preferable. You'd like the 3, but at least it's better than someone.
Nothing, right, man?
Someone's team.
Yeah.
That
I hear you on that. I mean, it's a bounce back from the from the Aston Villa for you guys. In that disaster game. Now you got some points on the board now, so that's good. It's a moving forward. You know what I mean? So
I think we're a team to be reckoned with this year. Surprisingly, out of nowhere, It's kind of like nobody really saw it coming, and now it's like, okay, these guys are not terrible. We're pushing on the top spots. We're knocking on that door, and
Yeah, man,
it's a really
you're hyping
solid
Chelsea.
team. Yeah, I know. Well,
oh come on, dude.
okay, dreams do come true. Hey, I've seen Disney movies, bro. Dreams come true. Like, I get it.
Oh, you're bringing the Disney?
I get it, man. You're what? I think you're in 11th, bro. Do those kind? Let me ask you, because I don't know. Do those kinds of jumps happen like at this point in the season, or is the season pretty well like this is kind of where we're gonna see people for the most part?
Oh no. We're still gonna see a little bit more, dude. I mean, we're barely in October, man. So where it gets a little busy is more like mid to late.
Theoretically, could Chelsea finish in the top somewhere?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You talking about?
Okay.
But yeah, man. No. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still lots of game to come, dude. I mean, this thing comes. I mean, I don't think it ends till like May. I don't think it ends till May. So we still got.
Dang.
Yeah, we still got
lots of time.
We still got some time, dude. And then that's when how Patrick says, they still got the, with City, he's got they got Champions Leagues as well, and then your Europe for you guys. So that's where you see all these. That's where you see all these changes come in. People staying healthy, suspensions. It could be lots of things, dude. So that's why it's interesting to see where people stand like between like November, December area, and then coming to the early 2024. That's where more stuff get more busy.
Gotcha.
So that's where you see, possibly even see like, I don't know, like Fulham or Nottingham, by the way they're playing, see them jump up the boards, and then possibly seeing, Aston Villa drop, possibly seeing the Spurs.
The Spurs are on top right now.
Spurs they're like 2, or excuse me, they're probably
they're 1. If City had won today, then they would have lost that spot because City lost. The Spurs are number 1.
That's right, because I think even if they drew, they still would have. They would have yeah, so that would make sense. I think they would still be in
unless the announcer lady on the television lied to me. That's what she said.
No, you're right. I think if they would have drew, City would have been second, but then Spurs would have been first.
Gotcha.
Depending on points wise. But I don't have the table in front of me. I'm assuming that's what it is. But that's why you see all these teams come in, and yeah, my mic kind of messed up on me. But yeah, man. So it's going to be interesting how it is, and with that loss, if we want to transition to
the City game real quick,
the City game, of how that. I don't know what was going on with them today.
I don't know. I only caught the first half of it. Then I went over.
I don't know, dude. It looked like
my parents.
Okay, yeah. It looked like Arsenal was taking a lot more shots compared to City, and Patrick's probably gonna hate me for this because he's not here. But I don't care. This is my time.
He's not here, but he guess what? He's at the point right now where he's listening to this, and he has to listen to it. So.
Yeah, man. People are starting. City fans that listen to our podcast. For me personally, I do enjoy watching Brighton. I do enjoy watching City. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. Just more overall a fan, but. Teams are going to figure out how to guard people, and how
Erling Haaland was doubled up.
He's and this is what I told Patrick in the very in multiple episodes we've talked personally, and people are going to figure out how to do that. They're going to figure out how to guard him, and if you're going to have to guard 2 people on him, you're going to have to guard 2 people on him.
Yeah,
and there's nothing.
And that's what they did today.
And that's what they did.
Seemed to work. And so that you can probably expect that from other teams coming up in the future, because ain't broke, don't fix it. I would assume. I don't know how you can. I don't know how that's the kind of thing you can train around, because you can't be 2 people. Like that's just kind of like the ultimate, trump card. Like 2 people on him, like, ain't shit he can do, you know? So, I
Mhm.
mean, that's kinda what it is. So, anyway,
Yeah,
I think
dude,
it
it's
was sad.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens because Holland, again, people are gonna figure out how to guard him, and he's gonna get frustrated on it. I don't think his last. I mean, he hasn't scored in a few weeks now, so
Yeah.
they're gonna figure out how Julian Alvarez plays because Alvarez is playing like a stud right now, dude. He's
Yeah.
playing really well. But it looks like today, Arsenal did their homework
Yep.
on the champs, but I think with this one, because from Arsenal, Saka wasn't playing today. He was
Mhm.
battling through his foot injury or ankle injury, I think it was. So he was out today. So couldn't imagine how if he was playing today, how that would have played a little bit differently, or Kai Havertz coming in and starting and playing, not subbing in towards like the 60 to 70th minute. But again, that's how when people are doing the Premier League and then also the Champions League, there's all those substitutions. That's why today we saw more with Rico Lewis coming in. The young 19-year-old dude coming in. I thought he played really well today. That one seemed like he was, because you can see him because of the big old hair coming in, so you can see him
Yep.
kind of going in and out. But yeah, man, because I think Roger's still out for some time.
Yep.
Again, on people listening in, Patrick is the city expert, so I don't know a full ton of it, and
He's out. He's out
but
for a
yeah,
little while
he's
still.
out. I think he's still out. And then
Mhm.
I think of how that happened. I think when Alvarez towards like I think the first half, maybe the first 20 minutes, I think the goalie kind of misread where Alvarez was at. The 16, maybe 17 minute,
Mhm.
Alvarez stole it from the goalie and could have got a goal off the deflection on it. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting how he could have got it, he could have not. And also with Kovacic getting that yellow card,
Mhm.
and I know they were reviewing it, and it was I don't know, is you could take your gambles on that one of how that one could have played out. They're reviewing it, possibly an upgrade to a red card.
Mhm.
So again, that would have been interesting, but Arsenal still ended up scoring, so it didn't really matter now. But at the time, it was at the 27th minute, so it could have been a lot
Yeah.
worse compared, or 28th minute, something like that. So, and then I think more towards the end of the towards the second half, I think Vario, did a cross to Holland to do like a header, and Holland's
Mhm. And Holland just barely
it
missed
just
it.
looks like just a little
Yeah.
bit, and
It just was so close, man.
oh, dude, it was so. I was feeling for it because I
And
was.
the one time they're just playing dirty with Holland. Like, that's why he hasn't been able to do a damn thing in the last few weeks. It's because they know how good he is, so they're doubling up on him. And then, like, he got a run today, he probably would have freaking scored, honestly,
Oh
because
yeah,
he would, he has the legs on him. That kid's freaking nothing but legs. And they tripped him.
yeah, dude, and I
Like,
think
yeah,
if he would have got that, I think he would have took that on for
I
sure.
think he would have. I think he would have gotten that goal, which is just kind of ridiculous that that's the levels they're resorting to. But that just tells you that you're really good. So, anyway,
Yeah, and that's I don't remember how many goals he had last year. I think it was over 30 or 40 goals, something like that. So yeah, you have it. People are gonna go after the top dog to say no,
mhm,
I'm gonna be the top dog. So of course they're gonna do what they gotta do,
that's
and
exactly right.
it's unfortunate how it happens, but you just gotta play the game, play to win
Mhm.
it. So if it was vice versa, if that was someone with Chelsea or Brighton, excuse me, Brighton or Chelsea. And, if Ferguson was doing well, it was Raheem Sterling or Nicholas Jackson, whoever it was, if they were the top dog, then yeah, they're gonna figure it out. they're gonna figure out real quick. And a good manager will do that and set up their lineups how they set them up, and yeah, and we'll just go from there. So it's
Mhm.
it's only you just gotta play the game, dude. So but it just how they lost today, they as in City, man, it was such a dagger to the heart, and I'm sure
Yeah.
every City fan can feel that because they made a goal towards the end, 85th, 86th minute by Nathan
Mhm.
Ake, making his own goal off a deflection,
Yep.
and that's a freaking killer. And
Yep.
deflection goals, own goals, those hurt just as like a free kick, or excuse me, a penalty kick. In my opinion, I feel like those are the worst. Is
I'd
the
say that's the worst thing ever.
yeah. So that and it was just maybe the wrong place, the wrong time.
Mhm.
If he would have maybe tripped or something, it wouldn't. It was. We'll see how that would have went. I think it'll probably just miss the far right corner, but he was there. They knock it and cost them the point, cost them
Mhm.
the first place. So now Arsenal's now in second place, like you said, and Spurs, and then City's now sitting at third. So,
Yep.
man, that was just so. Patrick, man, I know you're listening to this, and I know everyone listening. I was actually our boys, the Hollywood Kickbacks. They were showing live, and I was kind of going in and out, watching them do. We're going back and forth with it, and I think I predicted to be a 1-1 draw on this
Mhm.
when I said that to them when I was watching the live. So shout out to you guys, Hollywood Kickbacks, Alex and Will, and but yeah, man, it was just man, that was such a bummer because I know
Bummer of a loss today.
it's,
Oh
it's a
well.
dagger, dude.
You lick your wounds, you move on. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
you live and learn.
Can't win
So
every single game. So
yeah,
anyway,
so yeah, that
well,
those are
I
my
think
thoughts
that
about the game, man.
that wraps up our recaps for the games for this week. I think we're gonna instead pivot over to our banter segment, which today is going to be continued in a different kind of football. We're going to talk about
Oh,
American football.
American
We're going to
football.
talk about we're going to talk about the Bengals versus the Cardinals today. And I am an Arizona fan. I'm from here. I love, Arizona sports. A lot of people have mixed feelings about the Cardinals just because they came here and they were like the Phoenix Cardinals and they're like everybody be Arizona Cardinals. But I don't think anybody but like my own father remembers that. That was like 40 years ago or, 30 something years ago when I was born. And God, they are trash, aren't they, man? God,
Oh,
they are just not good. It's always the story of the defense. That's always the story with the Arizona Cardinals. They're great on defense, and that can win you. That can score you some points, but that's not it. It's been some pretty big upsets though. Today, did you see San Francisco
dude, I saw.
42-10 against Dallas? God, they trash.
Well, just if I can go back to the Arizona game and the Bengals
Yeah,
game, me and
yeah.
my wife were actually at the game today. So hey,
Hey,
so it was.
how was it? Did you have good seats?
Of course we have this. You kidding me? Dude? I
Oh
only see the
yeah.
bank because people are listening. And me personally, I'm a huge Bengals fan, Cincinnati
Mm-hmm.
Bengals. So I was a big Bengals fan when Carson Palmer came out of USC. So whatever team he went to, that would be my team. Stuck with them ever since. And we had our ups and downs, but now we got past 2 years
Daddy,
ago we Daddy Burrow.
Daddy.
Dude, he's something special. But
I think Taylor Swift went after the wrong football player.
isn't this thing going on with Taylor Swift and Kelsey?
Dude, and he's hurt today. She didn't go to the game today, and now he fucked up his ankle or something.
Dude, I don't understand. No disrespect to Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey,
Love Taylor
whoever it is,
Swift.
but love T Swizzle. All you Swifties out there, my wife, she's a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I don't understand. And Greg, maybe you can figure or tell me why do they make it such a big deal
Bro,
of how
I have
Taylor Swift dated or excuse me, or rumors to be dating, but it's all over the damn internet.
No, they're dating for sure. They're
But
definitely dating.
I don't understand how
It's
they make it a big deal out of it.
it's because Taylor Swift is just the hottest thing right now. She and her fans are have you ever heard the saying the squeaky wheel gets the grease? You know, like they're not necessarily the majority of people, but they are definitely screaming the loudest, and they certainly were in Los Angeles when I went to see the Eras tour, which was and will always be the best freaking concert I will ever attend. I
Mhm.
cannot possibly see how any singular concert could be better unless like somehow um, we are able to like bring back Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin and like Prince and
Ooh,
put them all on a stage together, you know, and like Freddie Mercury, like the kind of thing that's like impossible to actually achieve. Um, I in my lifetime, I think that's the peak of concerts for me. That being said, her fans are definitely very loud and outspoken, and it seems like they're the kinds of girls that a lot well the female fans at least in my
sure.
experience are the kind of girls that are like, oh, you hear that song, oh yeah, I listen to that song first. Says my sister. She always knew every song first. She introduced us to every single artist we've ever heard. So it was just kind of always her. And I think it's just kind of, you know, telling because it's it's a thing that's very popular to do right now is to be a Swiftie.
Be
And it
a
was such a
Swiftie.
magical night, man. It was such a magical night. It's so much fun.
That's good, man. That's good. But I just
I've loved Taylor Swift since I was in high school, bro. You Belong with Me is my
you. Oh, come on, man. Oh, they're
You
gonna do
belong with me. You
it.
belong with me.
Because I do have my kids, and all those the cartoons. So I'm sure this probably the song better than I do. On The Secret Life of Pets, Welcome to New York. That
Oh,
song, that song was stuck in my head. I don't know how long, dude.
well, I bet it was. To be honest with you, so I had when I was 17, my parents had my youngest sister Nicole, and that is about the end of the era of me watching like, you know, baby stuff, you know, like little kid television, you know, with the
Mhm.
exception obviously of SpongeBob SquarePants. Um and like reruns of like old Nickelodeon shows just because I'm nostalgic. But the um oh shoot, I lost my train of thought.
The cartoons about your
The
sister
cartoons.
17.
Oh yeah, so that was about the era where I was watching it. So like it was around when the movie Tangled came out.
Okay.
It was yeah, it was right before they got to be a little bit too old. Like we watched Frozen, but like Tangled was really the movie for my sister, and then my best friend or one of my best friends had two daughters, and my little sister and them grew up together, and that's you know the kind of stuff we did. So we like watched like Blue's Clues and stuff, but I don't really know like Peppa Pig and
Yeah,
Caillou.
yeah.
I think Caillou is the reason that this freaking generation sucks. I'll say
Yeah,
that out loud. You can
you
cut
know,
that if you want to, Patrick, but Caillou is the
I,
freaking worst. I hate that little stupid kid so much.
yeah, I'm thankful that I don't think my kids. No, the only thing I hear in this house is, or my house is they're big fans of Bluey, and so right now
Mm,
that's the actually we're going off the stage and PJ Masks and all that stuff, but can't go wrong with my daughters. They love Frozen, Elsa, so
I love Frozen. Um,
yeah,
Idina
she sings pretty good.
Menzel.
Yeah, she's a
Idina
really
Menzel is
really
an
great singer.
incredible singer. She was Elphaba in the like the original what the
She
Wicked.
Wicked. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wicked.
So
I think I'm sure she won an Oscar for that or a Tony, I think is the award for that. She's an incredible singer.
so I
And
have a
what was it?
I have a funny fact real quick, if I may,
Mhm.
about Frozen. That
Let
movie
it
came
go.
out. Um, I forgot how long ago, what year. You could fact check me later, but I was working, 14-hour shifts when I used to work in the oil refineries, and I was god tired, and I was so me and the wife went, and we, those recliners, you just lay back and just kind of just chill
Mhm.
out. So I didn't get to see Olaf, whatever scene he came on.
Mhm.
I ended up falling asleep at the movie theater, and
That's funny.
I missed that whole part of, in my opinion, when Olaf comes in, that's when I think that's where it's fun, where it starts getting funny. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, just want to throw it in there with
That's a great story.
first,
I love old Pixar Disney movies and stuff like that. Not new ones. The new ones are trash. They're just trying too hard.
like the old school, like the Toy
The
Story
old
era, and the Finding
Yeah, like
Nemo.
the 90s Pixar is about peak entertainment for anything Pixar and Disney and all that stuff. Like The Lion King's my favorite movie, my favorite Disney movie of all time. I love The Lion King.
Ooh.
I can watch that over and over. And on top of that, Elton John wrote the soundtrack to The Lion King. So it does not get any better. Elton John is incredible. Just the best, one of the best to ever do it.
Oh yeah,
So
dude.
anyway,
I know that I
um,
know that Elton John has a on that movie Sing. I don't know if you've seen that movie. And the kid who plays the, I can't remember his name, but he's the gorilla, like the silverback, when he's playing the
mhm.
piano at the very end, and in the song with Elton John is Still Standing, where I'm still standing, and
I'm still standing.
yeah, and my kids love that. So yeah, man, it was pretty, yeah, man, it was pretty
To
good.
survive,
Yeah,
feeling
it's a
like
good
a
little
little
song.
kid.
Put it
Yeah,
on YouTube. It's an old school song, and
yeah,
yeah,
it's a great
my
song.
kids were still going at it, dude. So, but yeah, man.
Such a fan. All right, well, let's do the predictions real quick, and then we're going to wrap up the episode because we don't have Patrick today, so we can save a lot of the listeners' ears because there would probably be leaking from all the tears that Patrick would be crying right now because of the loss today.
All right, dude. So yeah, we don't have looks like the next game
Okay.
is not till the 21st of
Mm,
October. So we have a week off, excuse me, 2 weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks
And
off.
we got a good one.
Yeah, a good one. So
Brighton
we got Brighton. I have Manchester,
Brighton and Manchester City, dude.
Brighton and City.
Ooh. Who's home?
I think that's gonna be a really tough game for Manchester City. I think they have it in the bag right now, but I think that they're gonna be rudely awakened. I think it's gonna be a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
I'm thinking it's a 2-2 draw. I want it to be a 2-2 draw. I'd like to say that we'd beat them, but I don't know that that's realistic.
I don't I don't think City can go a loss for a third time in a row in the Premier League, because they did lose today and then they lost
Yeah.
against the Wolves. So I
There's
don't
too
know,
much
dude.
money involved. No, that's
It's
fair. You make a good
it's
point.
you know what I mean. I don't see it happening.
They're
As a
gonna
it
talk to
wouldn't be
their
surprised
lizard
with
overlords
I'm gonna say a 2-1 victory
for City. Okay.
for City.
Okay. And then
I,
you have
I will say that
Arsenal.
because I think that's a fair, just because I don't think City's gonna lose 3 times in a row. In my opinion, that's just what I think. I
Fair
think
enough. They have 2
guns
weeks
like,
to prepare. So,
and they got 2 weeks to prepare.
all right, you
But yeah,
have
so
Arsenal.
that's mine. And then Chelsea and Arsenal, dude.
Arsenal.
I'm gonna say a victory, dude. 1-0 Chelsea.
Okay. Okay. 1-1. The draw.
1-1.
It's a week of draws.
And then, for some reason, Patrick just texted me right now saying that he's gonna put his prediction in for the Chelsea Arsenal game.
You
Four to
should.
one. Four
You're
to one. Patrick.
He's
4-1.
seriously 4-1, bro. Get the fuck out of here. It's gonna be 2-2, or Brighton's gonna score at the last minute, and then you're gonna drive down to Tucson, and you're gonna beat down my door. Actually, I'd like it if you did that. I miss you, buddy. Give me a call sometime. Wah, wah, wah. With that, I think that's about it here for us. We're about 45 minutes in. George, you wanna tell the people where they can find us on the internet?
Yeah, man. So again, thank you all for tuning in and staying with us on this Sunday afternoon, or wherever you're listening at. You can always find us on Bits O Banter Pod. That's Bit O Banter Pod. We are on Spotify. We have Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, and we have our TikTok. TikTok coming in.
TikToking.
TikToking. If you want to use
George's gonna do the classic ratchet bougie.
And if you want to have our hashtags, hashtag Banter on. So hit that little follow button, bing that little notification bell, and we'll tune you guys in the next time, guys. Thank you again, Greg. Great seeing you, bud.
Take care, man. Have a good night,
guys.
everybody.
Talk to you guys later. Peace.
All right.